Here we go. Like I said, I'm not gonna bore you with my gym routine, but here I am at the gym. Just gonna start my work. Off we go. Hey, what's happening, people? Just come to visit the first site. Um, we're just stripping this back to bare brick at the moment. So just gonna have a look around, see everything's fine. Then move on to the next one and keep watching. I'm gonna tell you something very important. The the formula, you can call it, or the percentage, the level, the test, what most of the property investors do in property, in order to find out whether the property is worth buying, whether the rental figures are okay, or whether it's going to be good for a flip. Okay, it's a quick check, what anyone can do really easily. So keep watching till the end. I promise I'll give it to you. Okay, I'm just going to visit my properties, document my day, and I'm going to show you how you can work out really easily as well. So let me show you around here anyway, the progress. So we're just in the middle of a strip, like I said. So that's what we've been doing, and as you can see, it's a complete mess at the moment. So got people working at the back, few holes in the roof just up there. Yeah, we're getting there, back to brick. Okay, because everything's going to be brand new. So that's where we're at now. Keep watching, keep following, and I will give you that formula in a bit. Okay. Hey, what's happening, everyone? I'm back. I'm here in West Bromwich at one of the projects. We're stripping it back to bare brick. I want to give you a really nice tip of regarding what most investors, and I use it as well in my day-to-day deals when I'm buying the deals, how to assess the deal for the value of the property, whether it's worth rental wise, or whether it's going to be a good flip. So basically there are three things what we look at. Two of them, therefore, assessing the rental, and basically you can assess the value of the property as well. And the third one is for the flippers, the flips, what we love flipping the property. Yes, the market's a little bit down right now, but it works well if you do your homework properly, you do your due diligence properly. I believe it can still work. But anyway, let's begin with this. These three rules, what I use, what most investors use as well, but I tell you the good and the bad of them as well, because there is always you always, at the end, the common sense prevails. Okay, due diligence is the key. All right, so basically the first rule what we use for a rental is, it's called a 2% rule. Okay, 2% rule basically works that if you say if your total rent for the property is 2,000, the value of the property is 200,000, and so what you do is you divide the rent by the value of the property and you times it by 100. That will give us 1%. Okay, so anything over 1% up to 2% is good. Anything below 1% will be no good. So say for example, if the value of the property is 200,000 and the rent is around £1,800, that'll give us the percentage of 0.8, which is no good. It's below 1%. Okay, so that's not gonna work really good, and I wouldn't even touch that property. So the rent for the property has to be between 1 and 2%. If it's 2% or over, brilliant, excellent. But say same property, £200,000 property, if the rent is £4,000, and so what you do is you take £4,000 rent divided by the value of the property, which is £2,000. That will give you, times by 100, that gives us 2%. All right, so 2% is good. All right, so that can work. Even same thing, if the property is worth 180,000, rent is 1800, for example, so 1800 rent divided by 100,000, that will give us, times by 100, that will give us 1%, which is good as well. So anything between 1% and 2% is good. That's the 2% rule basically. And then the next one is 50% rule. Okay, the 50% rule we're going to talk about. That is basically the rent you get, 50% of that it has to be paying all the bills excluding the mortgage. Remember that, excluding the mortgage. All right, so example of that would be like, so half of all the expenses will be like gas, electric, your Wi-Fi, your council tax, your water rates, and then half of the rental should pay that, and half of the rental, 50%, the other part should pay for the mortgage and your profit out of that as well. Okay, so simple example I can give you is, say if the rent is £3,000 on a property, so £1,500 out of that should cover your expenses, gas, electric, all the bills, all right, Wi-Fi, excluding mortgage. All right, and then the other 1,500, say for example, out of that 1,500, £900 is our mortgage, monthly mortgage, and that leaves us with £600 as net profit in our pocket. Okay, so that is the 50% rule. If that works on your property, you do your due diligence, that's working on a property, that's brilliant. Okay, you can't go wrong. Buy that property, and it'll give you profit, it'll give you a nice cash flow, all right, at the end of the month, every month. Okay, and now the next one is, most of the people, I watch lots of videos around property of other people as well, they say here in UK, oh, trying to buy the property 20% below market value. All right, so buying 20% below market value is good. Okay, but there's lots of other factors where you need to think as a flipper, as a property flipper, I'd say. So you want to flip a property, but you buying that property 20% below market value, right? So the example I'll give you, I'm looking down because I've written the example down. All right, I'm not that clever that I'm going to remember it all and quickly say it as well for the purpose of the video, so I had to write it down. All right, so let's say the purchase price is £200,000 on a property. All right, so you buy the property at 20% below market value, which will be £160,000. All right, so, and say the property needs £40,000 to refurb it. So now 20% below market value of 200,000 is already £160,000. So someone's already given you a discount of £40,000 there, right? So now we're going to minus another 40,000 out of that, which is a refurb cost. That leaves us with £120,000. So if the formula is going to work, we're going to buy this property at £120,000 from £200,000 asking price, and that's the only way we're going to make our profit, all right, at the end of it. And then if you think about it, which homeowner would sell a house from 200,000 to 220,000? All right, it's very hard. It's very hard to find a deal like that. So then that's the question I asked there. How often would you come across a £200,000 property up for sale, asking price is 200,000, and the seller says, okay, no problem, you can have it for 120,000 because your 20% below market value formula is only going to work if you buy 120,000. All right, so what do we do? Because at the end of the day, the person who's bought that property and is flipping that property, he's gonna, out of his profit, he's still gonna pay the solicitors, the surveyor's fee and everything as well. So what, at the end, you probably left with what, £5,000-10,000 profit in a property? Was it worth all the hard work? if you ask me, I wouldn't do it. No. Okay, so what do? So we can do a few things to improve our profit. Basically, first thing we can do is we can look to ways how we can save on a refurb, rather than not cutting the corners, but how we can generally save. So I mean, buying from buying at trade prices, getting the goods cheap, going and doing your research online, finding cheaper goods, finding cheaper kitchens, finding cheaper bathrooms, but not cutting corners, obviously. 100% not cutting corners. All right, so then another way what you can do is you can look to add value to the property by doing certain things. Like it could be the house hasn't got central heating, could be new heating system, new double glazing. It could be an extension at the back, a dormer to the side of the house, whichever way. That will add value. You can do other things, nice landscaping in the garden adds a good value to it. If there is not a driveway but you got a front garden, any chance to make a driveway, off street parking, that will add value to the property. If the damp issues, rectify them. Could be just a loft conversion, even for storage. Having new kitchens, new bathrooms, all these things will add value to the property. Okay, so but then at the same time, you don't want to overspend on your refurb, because you got to keep an eye on the ceiling price as well. Ceiling prices can be smashed in some instances. In some examples, ceiling prices can be smashed, but you need to know what you're doing. All right, otherwise you can spend your money will be caught up in a project where you'll make a loss, and we don't want to make a loss. We're not in this game to make a loss. All right, so yeah, so first thing, trying to save money on refurb costs. Secondly, trying to look at the ways where you can cleverly add value to the property. That's the only way you're going to make a profit on a flip. All right, rather than looking to buy 20% below market value, 25% below market value. It doesn't always work. It does work sometimes, but it doesn't always work. Okay, so if I was to buy a house, I've written an example here again, so I'm reading. Okay, it's there. So if I was to buy a house, say for £200,000 at 20% below market value, right? So that's £160,000 I'm looking to purchase the property, right? And then 40k is the refurb of the property. So buying a £200,000 house, I'm not reading this now, right? So buying a £200,000 house for 160,000 is possible. All right, you can achieve that. But the refurb you gotta do, say the 40 grand refurb, you gotta invest on that property. You gotta know that the end value is gonna be, somewhere around 240,000. So if you're buying or 260,000, if you're buying the property for 160 and you're spending 40 on it, that's 200,000 spent. Okay, all in. All right, then so at least you got about 50,000 pounds profit on top of that. That's what you gotta look for. So if I'm buying a property for 200,000, for 160,000, and I'm spending 40k on it, I want to make at least 60, 70, 80,000 pounds profit on that. Otherwise, it's not worth doing the trade. So it's not worth doing the flip. And on the other side, what you can do then is you could always have another option. You can refinance it and get most of your money out and move on to go and do another project. So, but these are the three rules. Basically, the 2% rule, the 50% rule, and the 20% rule, what everybody talks about buying below market value. But it doesn't always work. All right, so you have to be good at what you're doing. You gotta know the market. You gotta know what you want to do with the property, whether rental's gonna work in the market, whether a flip's gonna work, so you're gonna make quick buck, or is it gonna be a refinance and hold on to the property. It's gaining equity anyways. The value is going up with time anyway with the property. And you'll make some rental income off it as well for the time being. So these are the few things. That's the golden nugget I wanted to give you for today. And I'm going to carry on with my day, and I will keep you with me. So keep following and watching the video till the end. and make sure you like and subscribe as well, please. It does help my channel. Thank you. Hey everyone, what's up? I'm back. Finishing off our day here now. I'll show you the progress for today. I'm really happy with the progress we've done. Actually, I've got some rendering on me as well. All right, here we go. We have, as you can remember, we had took the old rendering off. The new double glazing is in already. New rendering is going on outside the house. Okay, so as you can see, the skip's still here. I don't know why they have not come and collected it yet, but we're gonna ring them again tomorrow. So rendering is the first base coat is going on. It's nearly on 2 sides of the house now. It'll be finished tomorrow, the base coat, and then we'll start the next one. I'm really happy with today's progress. We got the second project in West Bromwich going on as well, which is good stuff. Hello.
Hello.
He's happy he's going home now. Are you happy you're going home?
Yes.
Yes. He's happy he's going home. So inside we've been doing the skimming as well, and that's progressed as well. Everybody's getting their stuff ready and going now. So I will catch up with you guys tomorrow, and in the meantime, hey, catch you guys tomorrow. Look after yourself, keep working hard, and remember, as I always say, you are the key to your success, and you're the only one who's gonna stop you from moving forward in life. So keep working hard and you'll get there. God bless.